This week, we check out the latest development insights when it comes to the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 sim, as well as the current 2020 sim from this week's development livestream, as well as all of this week's latest releases and announcements news. So let's jump straight into the video. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, we don't normally talk about updates to products that have already been released, but this time we are going to make an exception. Aerosoft released a video last week introducing their new community manager, Rafi. This week, Rafi followed up with that new announcement and said they would be live streaming, and we watched one of their first live streams over on Twitch as they were flying with the CRJ. And of course, we had to ask about the update. The CRJ was one of the very first detail airliners in the sim, and since the release we haven't really seen any updates since then. Rafi confirmed we would see an update to the CRJ in 2024 and that Hans Hartmann is developing the update. Rafi did not mention exactly what date, but did mention we should see it around the European summertime. No features have been confirmed of what the actual update will include. I guess we'll have to wait to hear more from Aerosoft at a later time. SayIntentions, who are developing one of the new AI ATC products this week, announced they are adding new features to the in-development system, which is called SayIntentions. The team mentions they have improved the response time by 0.6 seconds. They've added 155 new voices in different regions such as French, Australia, German, Dutch, Polish, and Indian, just to mention a few. They have added live global communications. Simmers now can communicate with other pilots around the globe in the same type of controller type. Proximity-based interactions, pilots can now communicate with other virtual pilots in the same vicinity. Pre-recorded proximity chat, where virtual pilots can hear pre-recorded communications from pilots who have flown in this area before. All these new features have been developed with the intent to increase the immersion of SayIntentions AI ATC. SayIntentions is available now, but it is a work in progress. As you can see here, the team is working hard to add more features and also improve the performance of the AI ATC product. FS Dream Team have updated GSX Pro to version 3.0. This new version comes with a new seated passenger component. It allows passengers to board the aircraft, take their seats, and remain visible throughout the flight. This update kicks off with the Phoenix A320, but the team mentions they plan to regularly update and support additional third-party add-ons, so long as they have a custom-built cabin. FS Dream Team admits this feature in the cabin may impact FPS, so they've taken some steps to carefully optimize the seating of passengers to minimize the performance hit within the sim. Each seated passenger has a custom animation and can be holding objects such as electronic devices, magazines, books, and drinks. GSX 3.0 also includes all new crew models when it comes to the cabin crew, which has been redesigned from scratch. GSX Pro 3.0 is now available for a free update if you are an existing owner of GSX Pro. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, and please consider subscribing if you haven't yet. We are on the race to hit 100,000 subscribers before the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 sim is released. We seem to be trailing a little bit on that one, so it's the best way that you can let us know that you like the content we create here on the channel. So thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button, and thank you very much for your support. Taxiing over to this week's release news, we mentioned this in last week's video, but SoFly announced their Eco Soundscapes for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This week, the new Soundscape product was released. SoFly's Eco Soundscape adds a new enhancement environmental sounds to the sim. Hundreds of new variations have been added to many parts of the world, such as jungles, cities, beaches, forests, towns, and other locations. All the sounds have been created with the latest Wise sound technology, and the soundscapes include an all-new in-sim menu, which will allow simmers to customize their preferences of the soundscape. You can pick up your copy of SoFly's Echo Soundscapes from their store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Aviation Espanola has released, from the looks of it, their first aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is the iconic Hispano HA200 or HA220. The HA200 was was a twin-seat jet advanced trainer that was produced by the Spanish, and it was the first Spanish aircraft to acquire jet propulsion that was built in the country. First flew in 1955 and later introduced in 1962. Over 212 of these were built and used throughout the Spanish and Egypt Air Force. The HA-200 was later turned into the HA-220, which was functioned as a dedicated ground attack aircraft. Avianzen Espola, a version of the aircraft, has been released without any lists of features, but from the looks of the video, it has a detailed cockpit and exterior, with most of the cockpit functions looking to be included and working. You can pick up your copy of the HA-200 directly from the Sim Market Store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Cohen Simulations this week dropped a surprise product release with the Airbus H130. The H130 is known by its other name, which is the Eurocopter EC130, which is a versatile, powerful light helicopter that is widely used in various roles, including passenger transport, emergency and medical services, law enforcement. First flew in 1999 and went into production in 2001. Still in production today with over 700 of the H130s being built. Cohen Simulations version of the H130 comes with 4K PBR textures, custom 3D instruments, detailed night lighting and accurate 3D model. Persistent saves for weight balance and other options for the next flight. Realistic startup procedures and systems. 3 panel variants including the G530, the 430 GTN and GTN X3. Integrates with the PMS GTN 650 and 750 and the TDSN XI and 650 and 750. Animated floats of removable doors, exhaust blur FSX, optional down wash FSX, dynamic weight options, 50 liveries, a wires, a fully dynamic sound pack, a medical version of the H130, and as you can see, this is packed with many features, and you can pick up your copy of the H130 from Cohen Simulations directly from their store. Links in the description below. Moving over to this week's Sim Update news, the Microsoft Flight Simulator team were back with their monthly development live stream. Kicking off this month's live stream, the team walked through some of the numbers about the release when it comes to Sim Update 15. Microsoft mentions one of the most major focuses of this Sim Update was the update to the stability, and the team has a target of 98% stability across the platform, yet they still have not achieved that. But when it comes to Sim Update 15, they did say they have achieved some of the best numbers they have ever had across all platforms, averaging over to 94%. When it comes to performance, again, the team mentioned it's almost the best that they have ever had in the sim since they've done a sim update, which is great news. With Sim Update 15, we saw the launch of the AnyBuilds A320. Jorg, the CEO of Flight Sim, mentioned the A320 has hit over 500,000 downloads in 2 weeks and currently the most flown plane in the sim with 700,000 sessions in the past 2 weeks. That being said, as always with every development live stream, we have many questions and topics that do come up about the 2020 sim and the development of the 2024 sim. Here are some of the highlights. Xbox GDK that was trialed for Sim Update 15, which had to be pulled at the last minute due to causing lags on the Xbox side of things. The team will continue working and trying to make this version of the GDK work in the sim, and we may see it in a Sim Update 16, which is to be scheduled sometime later this year. We have seen some buzz in the community of late when it comes to PC simmers using mods to enhance their sim with the latest Bing data. During the development live stream, it was asked, will we see a new Bing data updated in the sim? The Microsoft team mentioned that in 2024 the whole world will see a refresh, and with the refresh it will cover at least 50% of the globe receiving new data, and then that will follow suit into 2020 after the release of the 2024 sim. A question was asked during the development live stream, would we see a London update? Jorg did mention we won't get a new update for London, but we'll get a whole new London from scratch, which is in editing now. Most likely we'll see this with a city update throughout the year. Nothing else was mentioned what will be included when it comes to this release other than they're building it from scratch. This month's famous flyer was announced, which is now released, which was to include with the 80th anniversary of the D-Day landings. Microsoft had partnered up with Airplane Heaven this time around with the tandem release of the Douglas C-47D Skytrain and also the Waco GC-4A glider. Both were made famous as they helped deliver 50,000 troops into the D-Day landings, and the Microsoft team did mention the proceedings of the first month of sales will go to the USO organization. The next content announcement, which was mentioned on the development live stream, which is a city update number 8, has been announced, which will be at Las Vegas, which is set to release on the 22nd of June. The team will now be adding all new lights to the strips and adding the globe. Las Vegas currently at the moment is in its editing stage and will be ready to launch and help celebrate this year's FS Expo. City update and number 9, which was mentioned next, which will be released on the 2nd of July, which includes cities of the northeast of the United States. Only one city was mentioned, which is Washington, D.C., and the remainder are in editing at the moment, which will be announced at a later date. With any city updates, we have a famous flyer. When it comes to city update number 9, we'll see the next famous flyer, which will be a famous flyer number 10, which would be another aircraft developed by Airplane Heaven. This one is going to be the Boeing 707-320C. Jorg mentioned that Airplane Heaven has been in development for this one for a long time, but that nothing at this stage was mentioned on how detailed and what features the Boeing 707 will include. Also, it was asked in the development live stream, will third-party developers get access to the SDK to ensure that their airports and sceneries and aircraft will work before the release of the 2024 sim? Gaia Simulations have been working with Microsoft and the Sobo team when it comes to 2024 to ensure that third-party airports are backwards compatible. Microsoft confirms that third-party developers will have access to the 2024 SDK before it releases to ensure that their airports and sceneries will work with the 2024 sim, but did mention that the 2024 SDK is not ready yet. Another question was asked in the development Q&A about model matching when it comes to other aircraft, such as using products like FS Traffic. Jaws replies that they are not able to do this in 2020 due to licensing, but with the 2024, the team did mention there will be a good news on this front. So from the sounds of it, we are going to see improvement when it comes to the default aircraft and traffic modeling, but they haven't mentioned exactly what they have planned for us. The Microsoft team did mention we will see another sim update before the end of the year is out. Originally, they said they weren't going to do one, but now they are calling this sim update number 16. However, this will be a very small sim update that is usually mainly for fixing bugs in the current sim, such as the time zones, and also the main focus of this update is to get the Xbox GDK working for console users, as the main focus of that GDK is that there is a lot of memory allocation that is freed up, so which is something the sim on console is needing. In the past 2 development live streams, we haven't seen much direct information about what will be included with the 2024 sim other than the confirmation of aircraft from third-party developers for default aircraft that we saw in the current announcement trailer. So far, FlightFX and AnyBuilds have been confirmed. In this development live stream from Microsoft, they confirmed the other remainder of the aircraft developers seen in the trailer. The CL-415 water bomber will be built by Asobo. The A125 helicopter will be built by Asobo. The 208 Cessna will be built by Asobo. The Cessna 188 AV truck will be developed by Carenado. The Ericsson S64 air crane will be developed by Blackbird, and the A10 Thunderbolt 2, which will be developed by DC Designs. That one was pretty much a given. Jorg mentioned now that we've caught up on last year's trailer and hinted something special will come soon. In my opinion, we are expecting to see a new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 trailer during this weekend's Xbox showcase, and in the showcase we should see new features and aircraft for the 2024 sim, and possibly the leaks that are coming out of the showcase, we will see a month release date attached to the end of the trailer. So we'll see what we see. Going on with more information from the development live stream, Microsoft have confirmed they will now be presenting at this year's Flight Sim Expo. On Saturday, they will have a bit of an update from what was mentioned in last year's 2024 development update, and on Sunday, they will have a in-sim marketplace presentation. We are not expecting to see another development live stream from the team until the end of July, which in my opinion, we should then really start to see some information and some details and features about 2024, and the update should really start ramping up from there. Moving over to this week's new product backlog list, we've seen a total reduction of 24 new products, down from 286 to 262 week on week. Aircrafts are down by 3, missions are up by 1. The Microsoft team did mention on the development live stream they may relook at one of their policies when it comes to the amount of products that developers can release. When it comes to missions, this is an area, in my opinion, that needs to be looked at, as we're seeing this area being flooded with products from only a few developers. Sceneries are down by 8, liveries are up by 2, airports are down by 13, and others are down by 3. This week, we were back with a double marketplace release. On Monday, we've seen 13 new products. 7 of these are on PC and 6 of these are on Xbox. There were no aircraft releases, but the whole update is pretty much made up of mission packs by VA Systems and 1 livery pack and 1 airport pack. On the Thursday release, which included 57 new products, 27 of these were on PC and 30 of these were on Xbox. Aircraft releases included the P-47D Thunderbolt and the Hurricane Mk1 from Aeroplane Heaven, the Pixel plane from Breezer Sports, and also the Learjet 35A from FlySimWare. All of these were available for PC and Xbox except for the Learjet. The remainder of the releases include 4 livery packs, 2 mission packs, 6 scenery packs, 1 environmental pack, and 15 airports. Drop the people's elbow just like the rock into the sub button if you enjoyed the video and you want to stay up to date with all the flight sim news, and hit the like button if you've just got nothing else to do. We also stream a bunch of times each week over on YouTube and Twitch on a multi-stream. Here are some of this week's clips and we would love to see you over there. What are you doing, WA? Nothing. How about Abu Dhabi? Abu Dhabi? I'm always going to stuff up a pronunciation for a place. Don't Abu Dhabi me. What do you do for fun in WA? Nothing. Lucky I'm half insane, so this sort of seems relatively straightforward to me. I think if I wasn't insane, this would be very, very hard to do. Are there things to see in WA? Nothing. I'm pulling negative G's. Look at that. Oh, this thing's fun, isn't it? Negative G pushover there. What are you doing, Geraldton? Nothing. Oh no, I stalled the right wing. I knew that was coming. I dropped the nose down. Maple Leaf, you're on the bloody threshold. No, don't. Just hold. Oh no, we're going to have an incursion. We're going to have an incursion. Holy cow. No, stop. Oh, no.